All right, and we are back with some bonus footage. That's right. If you missed our full episode, make sure you check that out with Kevin and Adam. We talked to the tech guys that invest, and we talked to them about mindset. We talked to them about the investor profile, the investor identity, and figuring out who you are, what kind of investing you should actually be doing so you can actually reach your goals, not just being a flipper or an apartment investor because you're, listening to me or heard someone else say that was cool. Do what makes sense for you. So these guys have a tool for that. If you want to learn more about it, check out the full episode with Kevin and Adam, the tech guys who invest. We wanted to bring Kevin on, though, for a little bit of bonus footage. He is the host of Note Nuggets, and he is a note investor. And Kevin, a lot of people just don't know that much about notes. First and foremost, can you explain what a note actually is?
So when people say a note, they're referring to what is called a promissory note. That's what it's short for. And it effectively is a promise to pay. It's an agreement between a lender and a borrower where the borrower is going to pay back the lender because the lender had financed something. Now, I'm willing to bet that most Americans are in the note business, but they're the borrower. If you have credit card debt, student loan debt, or mortgages in this particular case, you are a borrower in the note investing space. So as a note investor, you're turning other people's debt into your income. Because the mortgages that people have on their homes, you could buy. So instead of John Smith paying Wells Fargo, they could pay you. And you can collect that principal and interest without having to worry about a leaky roof, having to worry about termites, any maintenance. That's the beauty of being the bank.
Man, so when we think about note investing, you said everyone is in the note business. You just may be the borrower, right? You just may be the customer on the note business, whether you are doing a student loan, an auto loan, or, a house. So you said that we could be on the other side of that equation by actually being the investor, the person who holds that note. How do you actually get started doing that?
Yeah, there are a couple of ways that you can do that. You can buy a note that's already existing. And if you're trying to figure out where to go, you can go to paperstack.com. I don't have any equity in that. It's just somewhere I would go. It's a free resource. It's a free marketplace where you can find notes. You can go on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is underused. Type in note investor. And one thing you'll find about investors is they're constantly putting what they do wherever they can on social media, LinkedIn, for example. So you can add a connection, let them know, hey, I'm a note investor. I'd love to learn more about what you do. And if you have any notes for sale, please add me to your list. And that is how I've gotten on some buyers list and bought some notes that way. Another way is to go to blogs or websites, sign up for those newsletters. And when that newsletter comes in, reply to that investor. Hey, do you have any notes for sale? And just like that, you will eventually get some notes that way. The other way is you can create your own notes, originate a note. Now, the reason I say mortgage is because it's the most, I think, what people are most familiar with. And if a borrower was to ever stop paying, you could take back that property. But you can collateralize or securitize your note with kind of anything, as long as the value of that object makes up for the amount that you are financing. I have in my self-directed IRA a lien on 2 work trucks. So that borrower is paying me principal and interest. And if they ever stop paying, I can take those trucks back and sell them to recoup my investment.
Man, that's powerful right there, right? You gave 4 strong tips to find notes. And that's something that most note investors, struggle with, at least when they think of it conceptually, is how to get started. The first, you said PaperStack. That's a website that you can check out to find notes. LinkedIn, if you are searching for note investors, go to LinkedIn and connect with them and see if they have any notes for sale. Then you talked about blogs and websites. So if you were just to Google note websites or note blogs, you find which ones have them, have blogs or have newsletters, sign up for the newsletter. And then once you get a message back, reply and get on their list or find out if they have anything for sale. And then the last thing is just collateralizing anything where you can do, you did the trucks, right? The work trucks that you loaned on, but anything that you can collateralize, you can do a note for. So really powerful tips. If they want to learn more about note investing, how can they find more information on your show?
Yeah, they can send me an email if they have any questions about note investing, kevin@notenuggets.com. And if you want to check out the podcast, go to notenuggets.com/podcast.
And then they also, Kevin and his partner Adam, who we had on the full episode, they also host the podcast Tech Guys Who Invest. So you can check that out wherever you listen to podcasts. Tech Guys Who Invest on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or anywhere else. So make sure you check that out. So great talking to you, Kevin. Really appreciate you coming on the show and being a part of Target Market Insights. We'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Thanks, John.